Wednesday, July 30. I am Bosin Amofaye, and a warm welcome everyone to today's edition of News Now. Today, let's start with the Monetary Policy Committee of the Ghana Central Bank just concluded their interest rate meeting for July, speaking to the considerations and the latest interest rate decisions by the Monetary Policy Committee is the Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Asiama. Now let's go to Accra live for the press briefing.
Period. Beyond the first quarter, the bank's high-frequency real sector indicators pointed to sustained pickup in economic activity. The Composite Index of Economic Activity, or the CIA, grew by 4.4% year-on-year in May 2025, compared to 3.4% in the same period of 2024.
Let's now go to Kenya, where all banks are required to price their loans using a uniform interbank base rate, which is anchored to the central bank base rate. Kenya's financial regulator announced on Tuesday the interbank rate, now at 9.62%, must stay within a plus or minus 0.75 percentage points of the central bank rate. The new system aims to increase transparency and align rates more closely with actual funding costs in Kenya. It has been a year since Ethiopia flagged up its rapid-fire economic and markets reform programs. According to the central bank, Ethiopia inflation has slashed to 13.9% from 20% a year ago. The bank also listed other key achievements of the reforms to include the launch of the electronic interbank markets, growing deposits by 41%, and the doubling of commercial bank foreign currency assets. Other milestones crossed in the 1 year of reforms was the 33% surge in foreign currency inflows into Ethiopia, peaking at $32 billion this month. And that's it for your news now. Bosin is standing by at the FMDQ ticker tape room for our markets round after the break. Stay tuned.
All right, welcome back everyone to Money Moves. Let's move on to the markets. But just before we go to the equities market, this is the latest. The Bank of Ghana has cut interest rates a massive 300 basis points haircut by Dr. Johnson Asiama and the rest of the monetary policy team. That now takes the country's headline interest rate to 25% from 28% previous. That's just the breaking news out of the Bank of Ghana. We started that earlier when the briefing by the central bank governor was ongoing. Of course, the press briefing is still on with the question and answers now taking place with the members of the press in Ghana. Ghana has just cut interest rate by 300 basis points, taking the country's headline interest rate down to 25% from 28% previous. And that's the latest out of Ghana. Let's move on. We selected equities markets today. The Nigerian stock market moved on by another 1% today, taking the Osha index to 139, roughly 140. If that happens between now and Friday, that would take the NGX Osha index to a new record high. The BRVM next door eked out 6 basis points today. Look at the ticker tape and of course the dashboard to find the Zimbabwe market still recovering, 0.29% bigger than what we saw on Tuesday, 202.03. The GSE is also back in the green, 0.15%, despite concerns that there may be no time between Pretoria and Washington trashing out a trade deal before the deadline expires for South Africa to be hit with 30% trade tariff, which President Trump says is going to hit the South Africa's economy with. And of course, President Trump also says within the last 24 hours that it's likely not to attend the G20 leaders meeting, which is coming later in the year. He says he's likely going to send someone to South Africa to attend that. It's going to be a major miss for President Trump not to be there. President Trump says he's got issues with the South African government and some of the policies, and therefore is not likely to attend the G20 summit. We're not too sure who within the administration in Washington will be going to South Africa for the first time. South Africa is hosting the presidency of the G20. Now the U.S. president says he's not likely to attend. Still in the market, the Egyptian market back today in the negative territory by 0.66%, while the Moroccan market up by roughly 0.7%. That's it for today and the rest of my team. Look at the ticker tape just across my head and you can track the FMDQ trading day for this Wednesday, the 30th of July. I am both Sindomofaye. From me and the rest of the team here at the FMDQ studios, we say thank you for watching. I'll be back very soon.